about the when say Ghana home crew, Ghana tea, Hanan Semina, Ubenyano. It's man your selfish, catch your newbie, and also country and you say, says ya dear, TV will be a share, and bread draw so to me, TVXYZ, into be unfan to TVXYZ. Kai say, your satellite, your sounds so digital, and see Ubi to me, was our platforms in me, so Sasuna make us say, you stream live, or TVXYZ Ghana, TVXYZ Ghana, a Facebook. Also, now we'll call YouTuber a TVXYZ broadcasting. TVXYZ broadcasting. Dear Tenono. It's in Preno, baby, I will be ano, Obi to me. There to almost a mutia or power 97.9 and so. Yamama by ye de any moody, Juma free too. I basis abrin tea twasso, pepe. I mean, Fana Sekesi and Fema, a producers or mobile chidom. Mamma did you made a bro, Mr. Kelvin Asante, Omamba Passant, Desmond Soa, Edem Mark Anthony. A bomb chidom ye papa, almost on a boy radio no. Also, a bet TV, MCR, a Ora Raf Jampo, and a team Nina Francis, Ufia Sante, Peter, team Nina Bomechidom, Edimedi Abro. Sir Friday, the BBA to be see, the Mobia Quababium, and Danado Dankwa Kufuado, and a Doctor Alaji Mahmoud Baumiadi, Ubienim, they be a sem for Froba. Na, Hadrini papa. Anyway. On more serious note, remember and Sema a good bambaswa ye be the home common endeno. Ye share a year Wednesday at the fair course so UPSA a year NDC outdoor a year running mate Professor Nana Jenopoko Ajamai na FAE papa answer me be jinko nyatsena sui. Ye di kind ashe bidada but me pese ye be sign akofa a video footage no. Na me no na ya hwe sa akasam fo yini ye tie nsem na ma me ni kan ni ye pa. Na wehu say no kre NDC so owo ema oya Ghana ni ba na wutie me na wo hwe me a wo say NDC aman yoku open adwen Ghana mba ho say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a case studia say nyame ya dom na so ba ya ade a ombebie Women's Bank ayebebo amba na chese ma no so enya dwetri kakra e de aye ndwuma say ofa bebi abata ni su was engineer be ma so o say ma no so tumi boa ma no man to me boam bema no mabibie to me konkan nti e man isu dia na chese fia yehye nti bank na eba mamu nyina so mo ho atom eye Professor Nana Jenopoko Ajma inim sam bebre okan ye okan sam fa eye ye schools a anda nanado danko akufuado ene Dr. Mahmoud Baumia egu na anda de yete ye no esisi ano uniform ye kwa no white and blue eye two building na so e paint no white and blue a eden sam bebre aba imbi some say education anka say kosen munni eye calendar kro mo hwe so e di esua de akọ school ni na e basa agiegu okan bi fa ho ka scandals ahorowa akoso aben mu otre niam bebre e chese ma me ni mede na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama onim sentinti a oma fa ma me for the second time didi owo ne mu nti moma yensan enko and reflect on eye nsema ma me ne kai yinti na me basesia.
I will share in our collective successes and share responsibility for our setbacks, if any. And at the time of reckoning, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I will not, in the advancement of self-serving ambition, declare to the whole world that I was only the driver's mate. It is elitism masquerading as intellectualism. It is weakness strutting as courage, and crony capitalism masked as development in freedom. It is shameless hypocrisy pretending to be objective. These will never move our country forward. Rather, the most significant achievement of all these has been a country in near insolvency. Its natural resources such as water, land, and even the environment in rebellion. A people harassed and intimidated into numbness. You will not find in its record a free SHS at war, The battle fought on the grounds of food, shelter, space, even calendar, teaching and learning materials, or those who spend a couple of weeks in school and many months at home just idling by. You will not find past questions instead of textbooks and science equipment. You will not find an atmosphere that suppresses learning. You will not find free water and electricity to a few that has turned out to be most expensive for everyone. Such a report will not find COVID money shared for partisan political campaign purposes. Across the political divide, across social and professional groupings, among the youth, you hear complaints and stories concerning state capture, where this government has chosen to use its power not in the broader interest of all Ghanaians, but to favor a small clique. What is that? John and I have agreed that whoever has participated in the plunder of the state must be held accountable. This is not a threat. It is a promise. Electoral Commission, I address you directly. It is in the national interest and in your own interest to make transparent what has been and is going on in your establishment. The truth will not be suppressed. You cannot be so independent as to disregard the people who validate your existence. It does not happen anywhere. Easy. A word to the wise is in Asen North.
Inti Professor Nana Jino Poku Ajamane Yatsen and Kanisembe Brenano the Tuja, a trim sendi Samayoko near Amayoko Moba, in your Mujia, Bibia Betumia Conkai. I say, Obika Sameme dear me a driver's mate in tea, my driver nay be a minere car. Let's say one Casano Unju Hundi Biom, one Casano Crano, and Yadi Obitumia driver car. Or when ye ready say Wushia Carnica. Inti Sansemia Dr. Mahmoud Baumiaki Kaye. I don't know what church mu be who send no credit. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia in deserve ebe to abaman mo president. Oma yen shanin so ho. Ebiom the atudwa country Electoral Commission of Ghana. Mami Jermaine sa ene ni commissioners. Ene Electoral Commission edwaku ne se Ghana fo hwe mo pa. Se mo se mo ye mo de mo am ho a. Ehia so se mototo niema yi 2024. Ekwan Ghana fo ani abre no. Yi se yisi. Obetoto mo niema yi. And ya de ambo collecting results and for 5 times. Maka say ye wait now sometime abana ba ye rest adien. Enti sansem ne bisu no de tu dwa no. Asamba ko so ano so ekoso sesi a ha Ghana do fa bebi obi aka ho asem dum so. Na dum so ye challenge asesi a ha Ghana fo yi papa. Na age abana nsem abana so refuse so bad me te say dum so aba. Ye problem ba ko no or say on tiasie dum so bien by on my timetable. And to one kasan se wo tie me or Power FM. Wo hwe mo TVXYZ tie ne ye pa. Mo sa wo ya ne se wo hwe times a ye didum no. Na wa wo dia your timetable. Sesia no anado dan kwa akufu ado aban n'anim aguase ne sesi fom. Nsem bebre dum so nsem o kan edit His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But me hu ne se John Dramani Mahama obeshi asa challenge no. Obo no humbodin ye hu adwuma etumi yi fi ho 2015 mbe kaka ho Dr. Mahmoud Baumia kra be ka kire so say John Mahama ono ayi dum se fi wa ehia se bebo na baso bia was dum so no ano de ba mokai na ado ko gina eye umase ka kire Ghana fo se me bai mo hu dum so me bai ye we hu dum so wo be ka kire ye se ye wo excess power abra John Dramani Mahama de konti exporti power ni bi kra de ko neighboring countries ni ade na ete sen eni ana nanado na se obekan se yentu export power bi mo ma ye neighboring countries no bibia ajegon bibia ye basa nti wo ye Ghana ni na wo tie mi a hu se omuntumi mboaye dum so ya abai age ye toma John Mahama no san so behwe na oyifi ho anya sanche ye mfa a Mary plant in fita kra de nko kumase embe kan che se 5 hours journey go trailer so de ko abeka kire say omabo ka $38 million enye hu bi Kumasi ne Takoradi me ye Takoradi ni fi Takoradi ko Kumasi ye 5 hours Francis Meboa 5 hours na ye de si trailer so de fi Takoradi port e kugu ye Kumasi o ma ka chese ya bohoka $38 million we are Ghana ni ahu sa ban we onbene me ne ho odwene sabiewa na busua na danfofo o mo ba no ma ba ye o mo ho yi nti de etene no na me no ko nkran ha ya mo kai se ye wa na Tema General Hospital edum kanea ma akwala wu yoda incubator mo wu ye ebi so asi o foforo rice mama obi hospital nkran krodu emi ya no so ye dum light ma ohwe omo yare a omo struggle wo ha adwene enye se bia mete ha kasenti ye the evidence base na ye adwuma akom ni nkyerem mepese ebekọ na yakohwe sa akasamfonyin no ma akoso wo mama obi hospital yen komra.
Currently I'm at Mama Obi Hospital. Here formerly was a polyclinic. It's no more a polyclinic, but a hospital. You can imagine we are in darkness. There are babies here, newly born babies with their mothers here. You can see the whole place so dark. And there's an emergency case here upon little babies here, and there's no lights for them to be taken care of. Yes, just look at it. I'm not descending. I'm descending. I'm in darkness. I'm descending. Look at the whole building. The whole building. The maternity hall is in total darkness. I can't even see properly. I'm just being very careful with my steps. Otherwise, I'm going to hurt myself. The whole building is in total darkness. The whole building is in total darkness. Just imagine. Just imagine. Yes. Yes. I've had to have the chance to enter. Yes, I'm just meeting a nurse here. Yes. Yes. Look at the whole building here. There are more mothers here. The baby, newborn babies. There's no light. They have to on their mobile phones to operate. This is total unfair. Just imagine here, please. Fellow Ghanaians, what are we doing for God's sake? Just imagine. You can see them here. This is total unfair. Fellow Ghanaians, this is total unfair. Look at the mothers here, pregnant women. Just imagine, please. Please. Imagine. Please. Let's talk about it. You can see, I can see another mother, nurse here, using her mobile phone. Using her mobile phone before she can operate. This is the reception. They are not even here because they can't bear. There's no life for them to work. There's no life for them to even operate. This is total unbearable. This is total unfair. Total unfair. Yes, I can see some of our people here. And these are the visitors. They can't even visit their patients here. They are all sitting outside there with young children here. All because of the heat. I can see this my mother here blowing herself. Please, what kind of country?
Mama Obi Hospital. Na wa wo hwe television in Mama Obi Hospital. Na ye dum nkane e hwa ye sumo no. Ye nua otumi bo amensa kan video no kasa we tire no. Wo hwe television ya na wo tie Power 97.9 na. Mama Obi Hospital na hwa ye sum kebi no. Sum kebi. Nso besi nde aban no. Engine tum se dun so aba. Mahu Mama Obi Hospital. Inti we ya the light e hwe obi a depa no betumi ewu bi esi wo Tema General Hospital bi esi Mama Obi Hospital ono na ye yi kyeremu yi ye betena ha na ye ka na ya mfa evidence na momo be kan so moboa enye no kre mpa ban na asem Mama Obi Hospital na esi ni no Mama Obi Hospital inti wa wo hwe kasamfoyin se wutie mi a wo power ebia na mfoyin wunni made a but metene se Mama Obi Hospital na wati se no obi kasa no ye de ato television no so a ye hwe eno na ye dum light a sum kebi hospital nso nde abano e refuse so obegya ato se dum so aba nti yenkwa yemfa oninsi wona yenko yenim da yekwa yenim de a bibi aba don say the late Alhaji Rashid Bawa oyobi a no ye ambassador ma Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo aban ambassador to Nigeria so na okoye kwaya ambassador owu wewu no wi echiri omu ye neyi wo kejeji wo oti region His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ekopie mu ho. Na okopie mu ho na ochia nananom ahemfo no. Waye bibia wodwe no ho a wonti ase but men ye ehu. He said Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo His Excellency ombu ahemfo ne bi. It's true. Ahemfo mo vote anu oti. Wonhye ne nsew pa. Obekai ho a aflawo eye e-blog His Excellency John Dramani Mahama esi fefefe. Ye wie bibia wie yembia no a besi ndomum bia no. Aflawo ma hene ka kire His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo omumbe bia no na nkola ne nye school no nkonkosuya de. Ye ka kire His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo abrokwa interview Peace FM. O say ohene ntiase ono anye. Ana mun kai sa asem no. Ndim se ahemfodie ye na omo a bebi a ye fie na efi nkurase the community efi ma ahemfo mo ho ye buo mu ye pa. Sa so na kwabre ne Ashanti region kwabre east. Omo ka so omo kwan enye. Mo ka se ohene so bai be ye interview ka se omo ye press conference. Na ma hene hima yakonya tena so e ka se ye kwan ni nyo mo mbe ye ma yen. Ye chese eye 2020 kra ye ka bebi omo ma MPP voter e kwabre east. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo be kan se ono de omo mpede ama omo ntuma NDC e. Ese oni buo ma ahemfo. Saa so na make say akoye bi oti region. Ochia nananom ahemfo. Oduru ho ka che ohene se mimi chia wa wote wo. Sorry, stand up. E ha adwene yi. Ye wi aya kohwe ono anu krom chebi in the eastern region. E achim chebi. Kwan yo fa so chia ne hene. Enti ahemfo de bi ho Nana Addo mbuom. Anetie. Kasa wa wo de hwe liga dochi hwe se bia mte na medi tro ana ete se okejeji in the oti region. Kwan yo fa so chia nananom ahemfo de meka ho. Yen hwembra. Enti ahano se wo hwa ahane de ono ane krom chebi eye oforipani amotia ono na ochia na ne hene monhwe kwan a ohene te ho a Nana Addo de nsa tu nsayem na ochia ne hene kama na monhwe oti de no eye di oti region monhwe kwan a he ose me chia monhwe kwan na Nana Addo de ye eye oti ahemfo monhwe wo de monhwe sesi amami yiye wo hwe okọ no kromo chebi okọ chebi no okochia eye oforipani monhwe okochi oforipani kwan ofa asu chia no ne bodyguard no kra ye me ya ta bodyguard isu ye hene wa alajo enti sa wo ye bodyguard na wo ye hene wa alajo na wo di eye president enti na ye ohene sa eye ode ne bodyguard no so man nsa so ye alajo hene won kra ha anankofo nim ye alajo hene bodyguard no di Nana Addo echi ye alajo hene bo hwo kwan ofa aso a odi chia oforipani bodyguard ya modi na chi ne ye hene o mo hwo aha ne yokọ no krom eastern region chebi no ochia ohene no monhwe Nana Addo to nensa bodyguard ne to nensa se wanye monhwe kwa office chi ohene chi obia monhwe okoti region ndre chia o the late Alhaji Rashid Bawa ne monhwe ose sorry me chia wa wote wo man me na make mo asem oka stand up me chia wa wote ho monhwe ade ode aye no Ghana bohu Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Mahu moaye oti ahemfo yembumu oti ahemfo yembumu tabi voter ni eastern hwan mo ombu hin bi oyengigim waka che ohene se mimi tia otwo get up munche mu hui na ye me yasa bodyguard a wudi na chi bodyguard on ni alajo hene ono so ye wunua ohene sa na ye ode wo yes on sorry sa na de ye nananom ahemfo I don't mean fa sa de bi nkopie no of moboa ontumi go via za ho ontumi nye sa wa asante ontumi ya sa wa eastern na de enti no obebu nananom ahemfo animtia na ye me yes ohene no so sorry ye me ya papa ohene because o chia kran elders ni bit ho otumi chia on but ohene de I so ohene no wasem o tin nsa chia ohene say sorry me chia wa wote ho aka 7 months pe minim say ebia meka say nkwa ne ahoden na yensrem finyame ho sa ne man na betwa because mekoso na ha adwene yi papa Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ombuo bia ade ono aye ya na obe president ana mun kai no abra na o se mesrem mun so benhwe yeso na hwe na adane say yo so mehwe says you be ban or cast a young son and Ramoma yen ye. Another ama I say presidency now if one will be to me catch a Ghana for say Metrin Swako Kumasi. I have 14 and Nipe be Satumbe Casan. Now you have one chess as a Mobeka. One map, it's a I have 4. It will be as a Miss Medi president. I because I may twins with Yaku Kumasi. My abanono. Umbo be until be as oh, presidency Nana de do be to Miss Met me DB. And no. They be a Dunaya John Dramani Mahama. No say a demano. He said or no, why ye be that? Until yes, I kofa naba. Inti dear tenano. And that's so my special guest here, Dr. Thomas Anaba. Ye need be din common canon no medical director at the Ma Ridge Hospital. This year the or NDC parliamentary candidate at the Magaru. Oh no, ye my special guest. And then Semo Hopa, me cost health insurance in yadi. Ye can't pull me din home coma. Wabini ya kudemi papa and be din common. Maybe Obiano for Winsa Enka television channel. Menko sunda heya. Nenda power 97.9 FM. Menu munsu abasisia na meba enkomone de ho bebre agwesi sebefia so wo hwemem. I salute you meba sisia. Okay, what I want to power 97.9 FM, most of them here with TVXYZ. Me did so obia hoye ya koya ya samba. Me di kan catch them say. And then one-on-one and I mean Dr. Thomas Anaba. Na meneno ebedin komo or a former medical director at the Ridge Hospital Accra. So na say si ayamia dom NDC si ahen fo aginatum teninduma penti 2024 ye to aba ye to aman wogaru. Now, with me, I represent the constituency in 2025 for Ghana's Parliament. And there or no, now I am a special guest at Menene Bedi and Komo 101. Dog, Akwaba. Now, Bibi Abako, dear. Yeah, Danyamia say, my constituency will be out here, Garu.
Oh, eh,
Yamia do
MPP will more try say, some last minute gymnastics.
And then gymnastics.
Almost starve or move for 7 good years. No electricity, no road, no water. Last minute. Oh, very bad. Electricity.
Being baby asa and
poles no na mahama. Mam will be share poles. Yes, you see, almost say almost 4 wires ni shame no. MPP buy 7 years ni. Mwa yeshi o mwa jai post ni nyina pro this year obi mu to form and then almost say omo baba erected omo nyina just left with some few months to election. That's good. Omo divide the yebeje but yes so ye wanyansa yebeje with 2 hands
and one mo gara mo hwe no mo mani nda ho and na doctor aka no last minute omo piska mo wieska gu ho pa omo ba be chama mo nti garufo mo mani nda ho. We said Dr. Thomas Anaba, which me abone John Dramani Mahama, on to Momo, December 7th, Momo Garu into infant to my pinfra. And no.
John Dramani Mahama or call Flagstaff House. Na me so me wa parliament. Na ya dia kabum. Na ya help because NDC has a track record of developing Ghana, and we know it. We left a lot of resources for Ghanaians, a lot of infrastructure. That our green book cannot be erased, but the infrastructure tracker has disappeared. It shows that we are the ones who really do the good things for the Ghanaians. So they shouldn't leave Mahama.
And one on Dr. Anaba, Thomas Anaba, and any bidding come a special guest. Say, Nancy Niama B. Kokoso, NHIS. And I say NHI. Origin Ankasa. Mianhini ye, huni ye, nim kwaya, abob wagana. A policy and your bad, but MPP quite so more fast with the demon. A hard unity, a Dr. Abbey, ye didn't come on, ye be raho, na me will be as ya boom, na ya consider. And then my can say, me be jauna and sema approve my expose, and yes,
it is
say, my Ghana for
and no, because can't. Omun correct issue no nti ebeye west ama NHIS already NHIS omun serious problems in paying providers and they can't be spending so much money on non-core functions. That to me is one of the main problems, and they can be appointing new directors, creating new departments that would contribute to increasing more administrative costs. Because who fear who turn watch it na watching now turn no unye profit bebre. That was how creating more employers. The only thing I will say second we di nyina tua omo na ochina wuntimi to watch new aton nti NHIS omo gigi sekaye nyina ya contribute to say susu na e di gu ho na omo yi etua ye ko hospital na omo yi atua no and I say omo yesa but omo core functions say mobilize resources, invest the resources, pay bills of to service providers as and when services are provided, and stick to that. Now omo person omo jumping ye jima and ya omo jima and now omo person omo uses sika bebre. Say Kenya this year, Parliament approving 6.8 billion for the NHIS Ghana cedis. Then the chief executive officer their person on using 2.5 billion.
The current one
in non-core functions. The current one.
Also a doctor anymore.
Yes, or a doctor. They are not minister for health. No, also now a doctor.
Yes.
One fundamental one fundamental thing that an agency like them should have is a strategic plan on how to grow the scheme, on how to make enough resources, on how to implement the little resources they have judiciously. But he rather came and appointed new directors, just like the Northern Development Authority, this authority. He appointed a Northern Director, Middle Belt Director. As if it is just imitating some political schematic behavior.
Doc, me say a twin will break a crayon or their womb kakramot and no their fra.
And no beka twin kakrana me de kusa si bia kan ho.
No.
So Oba no Okoboy creating new directors. Emma Northern Belt and Middle Belt and Southern Belt. For what? Wouldn't Nisika say we bet you are service providers? Would you omuka 8 months, 10 months, 11 months? Now we're creating more departments. That is only going to be expenditure onto the scheme, reducing the money I bet can say omufantua service providers. Besides that, the current director Oba also started to say
Dr. Da
Costa. Yes, there have been so many acting directors in the scheme. Mintimi why a scheme like the National Health Insurance that is very vital to Ghanaians should have as much as 8 acting directors.
Me pacho doctor, me so wano say afina we tuning to TVXYZ and also we tell Power 97.9. One-on-one and the Dr. Thomas Anaba, a former medical director at the Rich Hospital, no a doctor ni mapagana di obi enimeno. And then I heard the state of NHIS.
Yeah, a scheme like NHIS say on what officers, permanent officers, say you can hold them responsible, is having as much as 8 acting directors.
8
acting directors. Director for Membership and Regional Operations, acting. Director Administration, acting. Director Legal, acting. Director Management Information System, acting. Director Corporate Affairs, acting. Director Actuary Studies, acting. Director Financing, Accounting and Budgeting, acting. Then now you appoint 2 more directors, Middle Belt and then Northern Belt. Why should a scheme like the NHIS that has serious challenges have people acting when there are competent people to be appointed? Be full-time workers, because those positions and your political position are technocratic positions. They say ministries will call now Obiara acting. Then there wouldn't be what we call institutional memory after these people are gone. And most of these people appointed in acting who call inside the investigating, they have low knowledge, they have little knowledge about the scheme. People are omo jima achewo ho no omo sideline no omo no omo the amount of
omo ni medwuma no
eno ano no
ye yi omo asinchen omo kwa adwuma kron ye
omo ama omo desk omo tina ho na omo appointing new acting directors and these people are drawing salaries. The old ones who are there are drawing salaries, reducing the money that NHIS benya atua for bills in the hospitals and then the rest. So this is one of a worrying trend. Worst of it is that all the directors, the CEOs who have come, except the first one who came under the first 10 of Akufo-Addo, never have a strategic plan. No. They say they have the men. I think our woman, one single woman has deflated all of them. So I think I want Ghanaians to understand that they don't value the essence of our health system, or else they can't allow the scheme not to be operating without a strategic plan. Because a strategic plan would tell you, would allow the board of directors to advise the CEO. It will give them their vision and their mission for them to follow it and work towards developing the scheme so that it doesn't incur more problems. So that omuntimin to have bills. Because the end result here, how to pay bills are so that you call hospital, you problems. But omu gusu appointed people. Penny fufro bia oba obey new own policy. Obey new own policy.
Says obia ba ye ni a plan bia da what sema wutre say be follow no ono aba no so de na nhihye fufro no de aba
eno no because if say omu was strategic planner ka okoboy on be appointed Middle Belt director.
Okoboy na yes appointed.
Yes. No Northern Belt director. For our bano, onti mimbe sideline omam wo already. Now we started appointing acting directors. Onti mi yes sir.
Okay.
Besides that, omo was strategic planner. Scheme nin timin decided say omo use 36% of their annual budget allocation into non-core business. Into non-core business. Non-core business, the main business of NHIS is to mobilize the money and pay for bills that have tariffs approved by Parliament. But now, omo use 36% in doing what is we term as administrative.
36% of
almost 6.8 billion. No, omo use 2.5 billion for non-core activities. So, and if you deduct the 2.5 billion from the 6.8 billion now, who say man sikana omo 2023 no 4.5 billion no less than that. And even with that, NHIS is owing service provided.
Serious.
Now, wama almost 6.8. Now, why 2.5 to do non-core business, leaving them with 4.3, less than what they used in 2023. It means that even though there's a growth in the numbers, one added to what we call cancer treatment into the scheme. One added new services. Population now increasing, membership are increasing. Now we want reducing sekana onbewo. Besides that, the value of the CD2 is going down. Prices of pharmaceutical products are going up. Prices of surgical items are going up. Everything is going up, and you rather reduce the money that Omobe use at you have for services. No, it means if Ghanaians don't stand up, we'll end up this year with some of the hospitals resigning from the services of the National Health Insurance because too much money is going to be used for non-core business.
Currently, cry hospitals be all say NHIS, so me person me body.
Yes.
Oko mu to me catch and a pump sinya abotre about 2 and a berremo who get a health insurance. Meaning say what tibia. Be to me catch at 2 o'clock. A berremo 2 unti more cash and carry more mudisca by and remona more health insurance card. A berremo 2 o'clock.
Matisa stories no. Our sans this is say obi muso say look service na IAD. Yeah, we bet you bibi aka ho. Ansa na ebe
nti wukita card no so
say won tua bibi aka ho because in scheme they say for paracetamol 1 tablet 40 pesos. Na me cotton was 60 pesos. Me beton was 70 pesos. Na my profit na ma tua me pharmacy staff. We say no ma omon ye. Then now who was say we be yes ade no we be use administrative. Administrative cost cannot be more than 5 to 10% of your annual budget allocation. It can't be more than that. So I don't see how what they are going to do this year has been permitted. And sorry to say, our parliamentarians approve this, which makes me feel uncomfortable.
Why so more approving BB,
Some of the frivolous things I will call it frivolous because it is not going to help to pay a bill of a child in a hospital. It will rather reduce the amount that scheme never work. No more 2 bills, no more in oxygen, no more in nebulizer, hospital. I check it akra, mafrano na omuwu. Almost say use 245 million to buy national identification card, authority card for children from 6 years to 14 years. Is that the work of NHIS? It is the work of the National Identification Authority.
Yeah, but you see Sasikan, NHIS for no use Sasikan the
yes.
Now what do you know?
Nti se woman a card now or do hospital now me say light in new because fuel in new say omun package generator card never treat no because this is what I call prioritization. I say share the effort and say the here. So we think that they are wasting money. The National Health Insurance to stay away from providing national ID card to children. If they have so much money, they should go and pay bills to hospitals to be able to function, buy generators, buy fuel, buy utility items, buy disposable items, and treat people instead of going to buy cards for children. After all, the laws of this country states that all children and elderly people should have free health. All pregnant women should have free health. So why do you want to say that without a card, you won't be treated? No child without a card in Ghana should be refused treatment because that is what the law says. The other thing they want to use the money for is 2 million Ghana cedis for emergency dialysis for the poor. This, I agree.
Okay.
I'm very happy they are going to do it. But the amount is woefully inadequate. Kolebu alone had a debt of 4 million. Kolebu alone. And you want to use this amount to help all dialysis cases that are in need of Ghana is too inadequate. They should have rather increased this for us to support it so that people suffering from acute dialysis issues, but 2 million no, Another package that the director, the CEO is trying to implement, over you see 3 million, accurate what we call health wellness package. Health wellness package, or say, so every year, no, I say, Obiara hospital, we do sa HB, unko hospital now we check up a mouth free. Omo free checkup about national health insurance. That is preventive. And we friend preventive healthcare. The national health insurance, yes, on to curative healthcare. You see what the preventive healthcare are back home. The national, Ghana Health Service, GIMA, public health. Now with the account more. Now we using only 3 million. Yes, sure, Ghana. How many people are between the ages of 30 above? I'm telling you, it's about 40%, even 50%.
Okay.
How much is this 3 million going to be divided among all these people?
And so, baby,
so how many people are going to benefit from that package? To me, I look at it to say, omo be package bi, anya faswa ma omo party boys, ama omo positions.
Job for the boys.
Job for the boys. Because 3 million, let me see, Accra alone, 3 million Ghana cedis to do health checkup for only old men with 60 years. It will reach.
Oh,
so they should come up because that is how some of us are seeing it. It's just going to create jobs for the boys, like they are appointing new people, appointing new acting directors, and then the rest. The other thing they want to do is to pay zip line. More kind zip line.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia drone na.
And no in CSR omo business no. Yes. Zip line aeroplane kitwa bi a offer eduro efi shop warehouse bi akọ hospital omo ye jima.
Ya wo hu se bi na mriem.
But
garu mu hu se bi betwe mu ho ana.
Omo se omo ko 2 times. But problem ne ye say zip line by no na ye nyina ye njintum. Government one bo obi akra one consulting doctors, one consulting laboratory technicians, one consulting pharmacists. Then they force it on us.
Okay.
Then we said after the 5 years, the contract is 5 years, $12 million. We are no more. Omo we yan value for money assessment. Ye need our report no.
Report be any ho.
National Health Insurance CEO Bakache say now omo pese omuntua tariffs for zip line.
Because 12 million each year, so omo sign tariffs.
Because Sasi cannot asan. Because now a 5-year contract. Sasi cannot asan. Omo pese omo uses national health insurance sikana parliament dima omo. Etua services of zip line. Me bisa CEO no say, no parliament say. Where are the tariffs?
The cost ana say Okoboy na
Boaji da Costa.
Yankoye ni me.
Yembisa CEO Boaji da Costa say, where are the tariffs for zip line? For the services they are going to produce. Has it been taken for Parliament for approval? Or it hasn't? If it hasn't, he has no authority to use the little money we have for zipline. There are solutions and there are things that we can do away with zipline and to more efficacious and more effective and cost effective than having zipline in the midst of everything. Zipline can become like a parcel distribution center. And it can be a private business. We have already finished the contract with them. Obi Enejima. Contract. This omo person omo ejima o Ghana, omo hwe bebia omo betime ejima. Because to take paracetamol or to take malaria medicine from Walewale to Zebila, you can store malaria medicine in Zebila. If you give them all the money you are supposed to give to them. They don't need to get malaria medicine. They don't need to get tetanus medicine from zipline. They don't need to get anti-snake venom from zipline. They don't need to get a heart attack medicine from zipline. Because all those emergency medicines, as I've always said, I say Enwo hospital no. And you say obi bae na wawa wono. Now we say yen train na zipline 30 minutes on fire drone mbra. I say Enwo hospital immediately arrive no. Now we inject no a drone. Now we fine. Obi bae hospital with heart attack. We see yen train zip line, no offer nitroglycerin. Emba wo hospital.
30 minutes,
5 minutes. 5 minutes are we wasting no. Wako. Almost say zip line bedi e moja aba for hospital. Ka zip line o di moja beba, obenya moja no wahi. Sa amount for obe donate moja ama zip line no. Ombeti ma ko hospital na donate.
Sa na tie.
First se kana ma laboratory for no mo ye moja ntu ho. Because when na bedi moja akoma zip line on cross match. No one sanfa the right moja asaba hospital no waste of time. Nti yen sa niema ni nyina e wo hospital no. Omo say no zip line omo di neighbor say that say emergency wo lord kwan no a ebeboa me bisa nsia asare ni Ghana government. Omo ka kire me accident a happen wo Ghana na zip line akoho akoyejima. Yenti bida. So me who say omo person omo use ya sika no atua omo cronies omo businesses are ebe ma omo sika no mu dia ye dia omo pe just like they did to us with Frontier Healthcare at the airport
one beji sika
omo ji sika nyina
man wa beji ekodi.
The person who made the richest profits from COVID-19 in Ghana is that Nigerian man. Just because he had the blessings of our president.
It's true.
If Noguchi had handled this, we would have made millions of dollars as profit, and all these challenges we are talking about, they could subsidize national health insurance. Now, we person when you sika kitwana yama ono, akoma zipline contract now expire. If you are extending it, extend it and pay. But don't tell national health insurance to be paying for services provided by zipline, because as we sit today, we don't have tariffs. You need tariffs. Ama zipline say. Tariffs ni se wudi edrobi efi mamprobi ako keneshi ebetua wo se wudi emoja efi kolebu akọ teshi ye betua wo say ye ni saade no nti mu be national health insurance be yen den atua sa sika no yes asoso
what be that question pa what be that
yes asoso because they have interest in it what they'll do is that they'll prioritize paying zipline and leave other payments and when they do that sika na ombe wono to pay service providers no will go down. So I'm saying that Ghanaians should not allow for this to happen. Let's call the CEO to make sure they go along with the existing strategic plan. Though it's expired, they can still work on the last points of it and polish it and set up a new committee or a new group to design a strategic plan for the national health insurance. You see, I don't see why your health insurance is saving lives. I say it's saving lives. Now for about 3-4 years, any strategic plan. It looks like it is a replica of the way government handles businesses in Ghana, the way government manages the country. Anything that comes to their head, they want to do it. They won't do cost analysis. They don't do anything, and they just want to implement it. I think that there is the need for the scheme to develop what we call a strategic plan. Then all Ghanaians will know the strategic plan. Then we go by it. The board of directors will know it. And as and when the CEO is going astray, the Omega will say, "Oh, maybe I will call no Mbwa Sabaha because you person yenko do her." That is what I think they should be doing, right? So I think the health insurance scheme, the national health insurance scheme, the CEO and his new acting directors. Let me just say, new acting directors should really look at their intention to spend 36% of their money in doing non-core business of the scheme, or else Ghanaians would not pardon them when they leave power.
Dr. Thomas Anabana Eguswa Yenino Edin Komoy, or former medical director at the Marriage Hospital, Greater Accra Haya. Na says ya no NDC parliamentary candidate at the Garu. Ono na Yenene Edin Komoy, ye can health and some do a doctor ni mapa, medical doctor, and see when you moon sempa or church ma is super pepe. Sema eke doc nanse mu ebe pie mu se ndro bi omo de bre yen ni eye medical equipment bi ebe ka wo eye tema port edin sem bebre baaye mu nyina mo de manu tu mu but I say na government na I don't care this room am tin say HIV ndro ni bi kra wo ma o man kra na e ban say ye ya short wa say de ma sa patients bi no mo no ta e course sa no odwi say aban no te say ma ye didi hu nkomai odwene ye hu itu ya pom den ni hia na na say yetumi abechen niema na ye betumi use saving cross say before FDA no mo hwese aso eduro no meti ye standard na bibisa my na donke esi hwa akasa minim say ade o ma tumi ekoyi dia I don't know me currently my but ensemble mi say mu na mo de mano atu saban ne yesa na ondwene ye hu ana wadwen mo no wo ne say
my kasa o bebre our radio station, the TV stations about it. My catchre Ghanaian said this is a clear manifestation of how dear government no work regarding our health system. This is a donation now. Obi dimao say we accommodate we need duane or the duane be do fie. We say no me get no my build the wall. Be say untimi from ba emba nti fa drone fa duane no kosi ho na say. Look, HIV patients, tuberculosis patients, is a public health disease of public health concern.
TB4 syndrome.
Yes.
Wow.
Remember, say last year, HIV drugs, not elderly people, or children drugs, 2 tablets, combining 2 tablets, 3 tablets to take to meet the requirements. Tuberculosis is on an ascendancy in Ghana. Ghana Health Service report shows that HIV is on ascendancy. Then when you donation way ebebua Ghana, we say no. Meanwhile, National Health Insurance is using money for public health. Meanwhile, the drugs lying at the port is public health. That is why I say they work without a plan. So one person will demonstrate say, who do public health power? Yisa sekana ube use ama medical checkups no. Yisa sekana kotua no mo fa edro we nyinambra. Because obintimi mau gifts to save your country from communicable diseases that can spread easily, just like corona. And you dump it at the port for almost 1 year. It shows that the government doesn't really own
Odwin ono
because so eno no so omo yare an obekọ abrochi ana ombekọ legon na omo see omo leave omo rest because ono no ombenye omo doctors a ombe treat omo ye na omo ama proper attention but enye sa you aso no o pese we are happy ma obi happy en dream one kasa wo dream about other people sano ubenye blessings. So these drugs are a good pot up till now a good pot no. It's a shame unto Ghana. A big create serious problems among subsequent governments because the global fund ya jai a drone na a spy a pot. Na global fund say oh my drobio a beye din say yens toss a drone clear in kwa o clear in kwa yentimi na tongue. Meanwhile Tama ye nidro ewo wiase for coronavirus no. The health minister koton edro na eni ho Sputnik V mu kan. Okoto Sputnik V na eni ho okoto ye. But we draw we ewo ho free of charge. Wo dia fakọ country ni inside. Wo see no manenda port. Wo dia kofasika be clear no mame na menji. What a disrespect.
Doc, asamba could be a man person me be sound say doctors and the nurses, health workers. This year only be din coma, they be a mutu quine. Be a person call a brooch, you know, quay juma. DNT, let me say, or minus so abuamaka cry womo, whom must your money idea. But the doctors and the nurses and say, I'm winning Jicurimo. Be a person call mutu quine. A buying so whom or maybe can say. Baby mama ye nurse scribe be akọ Caribbean islands ne ade akoye adwuma boa that promise ni na ye hu that in any day be on mu din koma doctors to kwan we to ye call Gulf ye call Europe ye call America was a whole adwuma sem ne yesin ha yentia
opportunities na mo hwe
okay
omo pe working conditions are favorable. Omo pe salary
favorable.
Omo pe salaries are personally it's personal interest. Omo pe salaries are favorable. Omo pe conditions are favorable. Obetimi hwe omo na ma hwe obi. Let me give an example. There's a nurse who left Tamale in less than 2 years building an apartment for his mother and his family. Yes. You see, that does not mean that because me na manyasa the opportunities in but still me wo Ghana obi mu best obi mu wo be dia we bia omunko but obi mu ho the slightest trigger omu be move because they think that numbers are not there. One, look, the number of doctors in Ghana, they are overburdened. One doctor is to 10,000 and something patients. Internationally recommended numbers, one doctor to 1,200. Commonwealth is saying that one doctor to 5,000. But Ghana, you were one doctor to 10,500. So it means that you have to work more. And sadly, you see the boss of GMA, which I'll say it here, come out to tell Ghana that they shouldn't open new schools for medical training.
Ghana Medical Association.
Which I found very, very disheartening. As the leader of the association, you are rather to make sure government puts in all measures to provide enough number of doctors to reduce the stress level on doctors. Because the more you are overloaded in the work site, you fall sick and you provide less quality service. I say we consult 40 patients in a day. Now we consult 100. Let me tell you, from the 50 going, your mental faculty, the energy and concentration will not be that good for you to provide a good health. So it is rather good for Ghana to train more doctors. The more doctors we have, some of them would be super specialists. And even if we have bad ones, there will be less. There's no profession without bad ones, and there's no profession without excellent professionals. It is like that globally. And there's no profession in Ghana that there's no migration. Let's agree that.
Okay.
But this migration is taking place because of economic hardships. That is the one thing they will tell you. The salaries are not encouraging at all. That is what they are saying. Conditions of service is not encouraging. It's up to government to look at it. And the only way government can look at it is to make sure that the economic environment is stable, inflation is normal, and people would enjoy. Even if you give them small salary, they can plan. But if you give me a small salary, and in 2-3 months' time, the value of that salary is half of it, you have done nothing. And I think that is the problem. Because if you compare a doctor's salary today to 2016, if you were taking 10,000 and you divide it by 3, you could get some several dollars.
Oh, yes.
But today, if you take 10,000, you can't even get $1,000. So it means that the value of their earning has been eroded. And as a result, some of them also borrowed monies for training. Remember, even though government has said they have subsidized, some of them borrowed money to be trained. And you come, and even promotion sometimes is a problem. You to take 1 year before they post you. And because you are waiting to be posted, somebody abroad tells you, oh, there's vacancy here. Write the exams and come. Will you stay? So, and besides that, government has also stimulated migration.
Doc, one person be so biomo ye nurses ni ati. Ye why beti ane so mo copycat health ministry. We say omu here clearance omo ye pusi omo ni ati. Asa na man so tie how. Was why doctor hospital ke city say rich hospital nurses and doctors shawase. Na to se bi kra mu here more nurses. Na sa na make so what say ye hardly.
Definitely, because say omu me ba ebeha me say after training them, spending money on them, say omu koye training after several years, we now betina fear for 2-3 years without work. I still have to feed you, I still have to clothe you, and all the rest. Ebeha me, and ye nurses no kwa omu relatives nina ebeha omu. So eha me, but identity na omu yejima. There are 2 things. One, you had a president who said that instead of giving you money at school for you to do your training, what I'll do is that I will let you access student loan. Then the money that I'll give to you at school, I'll use it to expand facilities. When you come out, you get a job. Then another presidential candidate comes to tell you that, no, don't worry, me, I'll continue giving you your school allowance. But he didn't tell you what he's going to do for you in the future. That is where we are. People have been given school allowance, training allowance, they train and finish. The hospitals have not been built, they've been abandoned. They now come out, and most of the hospitals are choked. Even if they are not choked, they've not been expanded to employ more staff to work in it. So it is a give or take. It's the chicken and the egg issue. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer to get money when you are at school, or you prefer to have a hospital to come out and work? That is what I see. So picketing at the ministry is very pathetic. The government promised to give them jobs, and that was their campaign slogans. We urge them that they should give them the jobs. We urge government to expand the hospital like they promised, even though they are failing, because the Agenda 111 is going nowhere. Mahama will come and complete it. And we won't really leave it, we'll come and complete it. And all those who are sitting at home, over the 30-something thousand nurses sitting at home, will get them jobs. And the doctors who are running will put in conditions to make it favorable. I think recently, His Excellency went and met the Medical Association and interacted with them to know their challenges. And he's taking some of their points very seriously. That is why Omo friend is a dead goat syndrome. And yet dead goat. If you can't do something, tell the people you can do it. If you can do it, tell them you do it. Let them know the hard truth. So we're to choose between being in school with allowance or graduating and getting job. And we chose one. That is the problem. But when we come, I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will solve it.
Yo, Doc, I'm say yam fa pomde hon common in sia kakra na ndi kakra nkomo kakra on constituency.
Yeah.
So far been him say garu no sia no na yeyiwa TBA 2024 wuje mama NDC. Yen hwe vision near Messi when it so say so obey the aboa garu constituency menya ntuma pefra. Been a wo kan say rural education na no John Dramani Mahama see post no made the big ade NPP by 7 years in 4 months when ye hwe mun sem say yen ka ho asem kakra na ye hu so mesi wani so a obi figara o hu say Dr. Thomas Hanaba no so mesi na ni so oba ebeye dia boa ye garu constituency ni no nti kakra we de ye but niam kakra ba ko mienu a pese we ye the bomb challenge a mo face a oba office obeye hu adwuma.
Yeah, right. Me were a lot of proposals for Garu, but I would concentrate on the very important ones.
Okay.
Whatever be the case, we have to work on them. First thing here, the unemployment rate in Garu, very high.
Okay.
Luckily, no, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama constructed the most outstanding irrigation projects in Garu. It's just left with the channels where the waters will pass to go and do proper irrigation, to employ several of the teeming unemployed youth.
And what more farming?
Yeah, farming.
Okay.
So one of the most important things you perceive here, say the time John Dramani by in the last visit, we agreed that the irrigation project Oba ye be complete so that to give a lot of jobs to the teeming youth, because most of them have not gone very far in school and they don't need office job. But besides that, we need people in the middle level and farmers to work. So agriculture is going to be a very serious policy. I'm going to push very hard for the good people of Garo. That will take away a lot of the teeming unemployed youth from the trees under they are playing games and then the rest to very productive ventures that can lead them to prosperity and less dependence on gifts and all that. So that is the main thing we would like to do. Devolve the Garo irrigation project to allow agriculture to be well. Put a agric mechanized station in Garo for agric development to take place, and people will feed Ghana from Garo. You know, he built a dam there that when you gather 100 of the Akufo-Addo's dams, it will even beat it. Okay, those ones they call them dugouts. I think the biggest dugout is just behind here by the Rich Hospital. That is a cathedral. It's just left with the rains to come and fill it. Right, that is one main thing. The other thing is education. Education. Yes, we have just one senior high school there, which is day. They are trying to make it a boarding. Yes, they are trying to make it a boarding house. And government has tried to put in the tracker, which they have pulled down. Some little lies there about it. Auntie, almost tracker, no, and yeah, so almost pulling it down. 67, no, they are more than 67. They only use 67 to fool. So we want to see to it that we get dormitories for the place so that our youth do not have to travel long distances to go to school, because now traveling is very expensive. Sending a child far away to a free senior high school that every week you have to send food and then the rest is not good. If it's close to the house, at least the mother can prepare something and even go there and give to him. So we are going to work hard to make sure we transform the senior high school there into a boarding school so that students can utilize it, and also try to convert it into not only a secondary school to a technical secondary school, so that those who cannot, those who want to learn skills job, they can learn skills, and then when they come out, they can employ themselves. Sanejima, repairing of air conditioning, vulcanizing, carpentering, masonry, and then the rest. They can also come out and do something to fend for themselves, employ themselves. The other issue in Garo that we have is the electrification issue. That many of the villages that they have the poles standing, but they don't have the wires to connect them to the national grid, and they are in darkness. And this is a pushy criminal activities in the night, in the roads, and then the rest. So we are trying to make sure that when we come to power, we ensure that there's proper electrification and teamwork with the security agencies in Garo to minimize insecurity in Garo. These are the three main thematic areas. The last one would be general security in Garo and the Kosase traditional area. We work hand in hand with government, traditional rulers to make sure there's absolute peace in Boku so that development can take place. Boku used to be one of the fastest growing towns in Ghana in the 80s and 90s, but this has been thrown to the dogs. We think that it's high time we hold the bull by the horn and change it, make sure that people live harmoniously in the Kosase traditional area, which Garo, of course, is one of the towns in Kosak traditional area. Mama, be so your doctor, mo healthcare, quality healthcare, healthcare is going to. I didn't want to mention that, but for health, ye dibeba. Omu constructed agenda 111. It is about 40-something%. No more and then now tractor biaba tomorrow na carpenter bakwaba next tomorrow na mason biaba. The pivot. But mama say oba all those projects you be complete omo. Na ya ma omo working because we have nurses who are not working, we have PAs who are not working, we have doctors. If we open those places and send them there, at least we would work with the local community. I've told the chiefs, we work with them to ensure that we get proper conditions of service, not only from government, but even the local government, even the traditional rulers. As I speak to you, somebody, a traditional ruler, has donated a room in his house for a doctor to come and stay and treat people.
Wow.
That looks very good. Yes, that looks very good. So I think that if we are able to do that coordination with the traditional rulers and give some incentives to the doctors and health workers, they will come and stay in Garo and help improve the health delivery system. This and other things we'll do to help Garo grow.
Yo, Doc, I'm saying they didn't come over, but I buying 7 months. Na idea or dia bury a 7 months the apom the infant dia grow. Yeah. What advice what church and your baby mam feel so more far a bit to me aboa. Until me mau 2 minutes to be advice government no. Actually because apom the end there, bit me can say will be yare. And so train John Mahama ba, but if you be do no way. Until say woo 2 or more for sesia. Wo near ma mo de say NHIS and send some way ni me kokoso. The
only thing that Mbeka very important in Mbeka about national health insurance and the health sector is that they should really revisit the allocation of the funding they want to use for non-core business and make sure we spend more on paying the hospitals bills that they submit to allow them to function efficiently, be able to buy generators, buy fuel, buy consumables, pay stipend to non-permanent workers so that the hospitals function adequately. The second thing is that government will beg him on our knees to try and get money and clear the drugs at the port.
Still no,
they are still at the port.
Oh, I'm betting the port for so long.
They are still at the port. You know, they like promising and failing. They promise and fail, but we are still begging them. We don't want the tuberculosis to spread. We don't want the HIV patients to be suffering. They should try and then clear the goods. And also increase the amount they are going to spend on national health insurance for renal dialysis, because 2 million is not enough for the emergency dialysis.
Come on, pussy chair a Garo for now.
Mbeka Kosasi.
Sorry, Kosasi.
Yes, Mbeka Kosasi. Mbabi's name Mabise. Mposeria Barka yi XYZ TV ne Power FM. Zina Linzanga King. Namot Garoyela. Lenokon Garoyela. Mielia yi Mantoma Zana and a Garo Yega. Kama Meng Yega. Kam Zaken Meng Yega. Garo Yega. Lenari le mal Garo. Lenari le mal ka Garo Novok. Lema Kamana mal. Na zap ka sipti soma kena. Na zap ka kuop kena asonga. Na zap ka sukuya la mal. Na zap ka suya la mal. Ka keke bi bes bana be Garo. Ntumtum be nam ka de supermarket ka zubzura. Na ke kalin nam zan. Dalam male. So man na yanga mal si elemat is Garo. Ne si nam pam kam na yanga mal. Mpo seria baraka. Winam na kete nori ne. Yarake azina ligidi. Ne zina deba. Ante yela. Bega. So ko ke ka gbe kom yuma yopoy. Ka kenative deb zina kaften so onanara. Gosme onana kenative si ya deb ka de daru kenga pa yuma pina yubo. Lim kambori ya gos ka ke vote. Po si ya pam.
See, doctor, Cassani, or semi vision.
No.
Maybe she has
yes. What do you bring? Betty Chu, yes. Papa. Yeah. I confirm any poison. No, any poison.
Very
all right. And one some nice okro stew. I confirm. Yes, now confirm.
Poison free.
Poison free. Yes.
You better doctor Thomas Anabasi, a former medical director de ma a Red Hospital kasi into a doctor kesepa na osanso CCA NDC Garo constituency na genatum omo so we nimdi obetumi de aboa into 2024 NDC parliamentary candidate or a Garo constituency onona and there anything come you better ask papa or doc akwenja was so by or
so me da was
you say they be as to nsafre wa obesan ba
oh yeah beba
right yeah that's a baby Adri mamenum nsuo mbrasesi na meba Kasimi Sawaha Ansana Makati Charles Makati ibedin komo
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary. So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting. They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royal. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have yourself.
As for me, take very good care of my grandkids. They are grown. Yes, sir. It will maybe cry now. I know TV. They come with me so. Very well. Veggie, garlic, capsules. Yes.
Moses garlic capsule boosts blood circulation and enhances the body. Suitable for both men and women. Available in pharmacy store. Contact us on 050-349-4885. Not suitable for children under 12 years, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. Moses, we need help. This advert, FDA approved.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach, where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midyear off Densawan Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Mesamo bia kwa badeba eye TV XYZ baby awa wo hwe me bia. Moso amutie power 97.9 FM mema obi biara akwa babium ediba eye radio kesie so. Na meka o se nyame ya adoma eye 1st May, your friend May Day 2024 ya. Bibi sonko bi ABC May Day edition of eye mama chibia bobi aye bebo. That's right. I feel the me bobo no. Ebi omo ya na me mbo ya na me ka backroom staff from ye na ehwe coach ni ade afi de meji number 2 no me sem franka mankwa me say me the 2 ha overlap na me ye na no odin nyame ya adoma May Day eye piwak medwumako omo ye nnuro herbal product ne XYZ broadcasting we the enche mu Power FM TV XYZ Radio XYZ online ye nyina ye ka boma ye team nti enya de abuntus bia bebam they say ye place no munim bo no buntus fo ne be ma o matena nchen na o ma support it na ya ye nim bo no yabo nti nyame ya adoma May Day ye ni Piwak Herbal Company Limited for be di si akan enye baby aso yarefa e de enwa mame fie kwan so ɔyɛrefa na yɛbɛsi akan no nti mɛtene no ɔyɛrefa inta Millers Park ɔyɛrefa inta Millers Park ɛhɔ na dwumadie no bɛkɔ so time near 3 p.m. pɛpɛɛpɛ 3 p.m. eti yɛsrɛ yɛ tiefoɔ mo tie yɛn mo a mo hwɛ yɛn ɛsɛ May Day deɛ holiday Wednesday ana Wednesday nti yɛsrɛ obiara sɛ obiara mfa n'ani nkyerɛ ɔyɛrefa Millers Park ɛhɔ na dwumadie no bɛkɔ so 3 p.m. pɛpɛɛpɛ bro unit time kick off time at 3 p.m. nti obiara mmɛhwɛ oba obehu Mugabe obehu Kwame Menka obehu Agyemanie obehu Beposo Hema obehu Miyake Nicholas Metritua Majabo Sokro bia ne mindi chempe kyɛ sɛ ekuku dam mombra mmɛhwɛ yɛn abra ɛne piwak herbal company for ebesi akan weni bɛgye papaapa mehu sɛ ɔdɛɛfoɔ pɛ sɛ ɔbɔ bi nti speed bi ɔde ebetwa mu ha no ammo ne din a wɔde atie ɔdɛɛfoɔ so skillful betumi abɔ 11 nti ɛnyɛ easy wo kai time ana siki akono bɔbɔ no ha na wakɔ ne nsa bi sei nti nyame yɛ adom a first May de ɔdɛɛfoɔ so obesi akan pa sɛ woni ensa mo ka kyerɛ langa obobu wɔ hɔ no modɔwara nti de ɛkyɛn no nti baby adru de am sɛ yɛ bɛbɛ din komo na enkomo no ende asimisa yenim sɛ ɔka communication team a member Greater Accra or ha ye ne bedin komo or youth activist wasaye NDC youth organizer wolo jokuku yes and that's why na wodaw ananya ndena wodi nti cameraman foni na monye backing vocalist na me to happy birthday mfema Kasim monye umayenye na birthday so bia na wadi mu na so birthday sa na tie nti happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Nti dia tena no wage ndi obeba na obeba jana ani de kwata maport o e de ko habo yo bibi aboko de akopa do bibi aboko ye da nyame ase papa impempeng bebi adrem sensem egubamba so na ye ba ebedi enkomo ekwede twem ye Wednesday na Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyemang. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama signed a bonidin biom for the second time. He said 2020 on a coy, and was our bonidin biom said, sign a call a year 2024. Na an acceptance speech in Sembe Brinano Kai, and me say reflect your quay China and some kind of boom that ye share my conti, yen shas UPSA. Maybe there's on the same hour. Yeah, until who make course in a Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyemang. Yasan fan for the second time. NDC Amayeku on with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Who say I will seek a say Shema Meno bit me up when this Amayeku 2024 corner and your caketua into Kasim. Yo, Nicholas Mbeda Uti for one wire for Nasi. Mother NDC for more legicukunina. Mashom didn't say Edenya Uncle Pandom. President John Dramani Mahama be we know lejukuku. MP so I we know lejukuku. Eba Professor Nana Jane. Say to say no kind of that no me hobby. We were from the beginning to the end of the program. Na me tina nipa na me former MP bi nchen. The way na my di na me program no. But at the end of the program we say then Nana my so tense. And I'm say yes. I just wanted to see how articulate, how confident our mother will be. Me ko china me obi can I know what to say. And that day, so how did you say? And I'm saying, Honorable, you saw it yourself. She was herself throughout. She was speaking to Ghanaians or can Ghana for the reason why SSA every sector or touchy in a way of summarizing the whole thing. Dano odani DM who say ampa or scholar in literature. Mameno ushe after okase all the civil society organizations, international MPP for kwa mo abrochiri kura kamfono. Yes. Honorable Dada Fred. Wakamfono. A lot of people. You feel say they are either neutral or they are for MPP. Oma kan asem papa atre mameno ne kasa no. Na ohwe kasa no kan na ni nyina ye reality. Nema
sebi koso ende ebedi on my way ebedi on my way abro nti se uye omamba pa na se oti Ghana ha na ope Ghana nkoso a opportunity na ya anya no sebi Ghana mema mienu aruli Ghana for long still you feel say send baby person o man no kono enkosa statistically a mados sin mema Ghana ha so I'm not sure say it will be out of place say be mat sebi ye benya obaba akonso no so representing my voice ewo presidency it is prof etimi be count JM ho a na say nye say oba say best yes oba keke but oba sebi ye nya etimi hu say oyobi a sebi nadwemuddo onim adwuma no onim where to start and how to go about things enya obi a ohwe ne track records mo a sebi you say compare records wise even as a minister when they compare Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia mame no overshadow Dr. Bawumia because odinu kre onyo obi a sebi waka kire yen say ono oba on the basis say oye economist na h3 odwane say afi oye master of digitalization no enyon mame no dinu kre mame no policies all roll out as Minister of Education all was successful and there is no corruption case against the leadership as the Minister of Education. There is no one corruption case against her. Into it mu say sebi kasana ayeka say yema oba chance a ombetima ye abroso no time na dru e wo Ghana ha
o wo hwe sector no so be in education or ye ne kama ofi UCC a President Mama appointed
sure
oye adwuma ne kama efuto di ma President John Dramani Mama on education nyina no e ya de anka NDC san win 2016 election a anka ne ye koso ya Nkolabeko school 1 month no ba be 3 months and 2 months se ye ma kwan kura Nkola no mu be fie no e na awofo kura omu nim da school be say bie teacher for complain say syllabus omone Ghana Education Service bet ti ase ansana ye omo start say this term say na ebe kodo no in the course of the year and in the course of the term no na ban minister na ministry no wasesa no ni omo calendar
cry basa
aye basa
prof because prof nim oye teacher ni a onim ne dwumanti no ne tenure of office as minister there was no day and no term I obeti say
yes
no eduane ayete ye de ma ye nkola esi free SHS mama we start free SHS Otojo mama for say yes looking at what we have and what we get as a nation no free SHS e ade abetimi aye nanso yi say ye no kakra senior your 1992 constitution e can say progressively nti mama no education she understood what is called education so or say no or catch John Dramani Mama say let's do it progressively gradually we'll get the amper starting with day students and boarding fees in your mom and it NPP bar power education minister and no finance minister in the first state of the nation acknowledge say yes free SHS has started under John Dramani Mahama under the able leadership of
free SHS John Dramani Mahama
omuni wa shase wotiaka ama
trying progressively
exactly sa na ye efutu a na ye de ma Akufo-Addo time all promise free SHS because look say free are somehow ambiguous because untimi nka say fa bibia sa o hwe sika wo nya as a country and as a government no na say oka say o ye bibia free o ye education nyina free education free enye say tuition fee pe because material studies material ka ho teachers require you have to motivate them omo accommodation omo allowances ni materials say omo fanye ejuma no you need to factor all those things headmasters accommodation ni nyama so we factor but omo hu no say
policy and I'm a flagship program.
Yes.
Chana na do so be kaya o kan say o ko supersonic speed. Okay, Dr. Adoko for kra 2 no 4. catch and say yenya abotre no so no open tem into a flagship program into be cause supersonic speed
and now odi abepema na no nyina aye moja no
de oye mate no
yes na no nyina aye moja no because anka bibia ye okay last 2 months last month join FM 4-year program be after expose na omode buy no omunyina all the civil society organize parents obioti panel no honum nyina aka say ejitum say it is time for them to review and at least coming back to footwear na John Dramani mama na NDC ni MPs dey mom say adi way mo share responsibility no you can't carry everything because wo te ayi me village la mashegu wo te village bi kura under even interior village ankasa na se oba any oforiata ba enyina enjoy free SHS. What sense does it make? Because papa the whole year nyina 500 Ghana Arabia also. Yeah, we have people in Ghana the whole year 100 Ghana they will not own, they can't own 100 Ghana cities.
Then many people catch them say north say
Masa, you see naked poverty. The only Ebiane in Chine moko inti won say omo backyard farming. No omo enjoy. But say sika so be kita hard cash say obi one man the whole 1 year cry 20 Ghana cry ohun bi omo ye bata o kita China no de akwaji ebia nkruma no de akwaji nkruma ana no de akwaji ayoyo no yes no de abaye do na odi omo kita ska nti say obi say ni nana eko SSS now say can foriata oji billions of cedis ana educhum ne ma ni sa akwala ni nyina ekọ the same school na oba aban etua enye sisie o sisi nipa na o village no
but ade ba ko so a saseme wo kan me so metie na medwen ho se Ghana se ka say free a sikani bie ni hɔ a obeka kire o se na me na me de mintua na obi ma montua nsi
no
but o man planning
yes ni nyina planning
strategic plan
sikafo no I'm telling you sikafo no they are ready. So they are even talking. Parents, most of them, they call in this. I'm saying they are ready to pay. All they want is that when they go to school, parents come and tell me say by this time we did the kama, wada kama, osuya de kama. And yes, they are ready to pay. They are ready to pay. But I buy feel say or jitum say or muntia. Not just say near NDC for car no or abasu. Yes, I know money ECG doom so. Timetable emba nyina ni say because NDC will be vindicated say e kai no. Enti no money lobby timetable.
We kwa Central Regional teach you kept course. Me pesa me bobo school sinede. Parent na nkasa agiatum. Niema bi ho mutua.
Exactly.
Even Greater Accra ha say 3 senior high schools. Akasimo pa. Omo ye ni secretly. Omo mampe. Omo na agiatum so omo be contribute.
They want to do.
Omo pesa kombede nkwala no. Omo pesa ehun say omo ho to omo. But sansemi na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kan say ye kono progressively. But say nanado so ko supersonic speed.
Yes.
To on the BBI free.
Yes.
One says ya review na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kan no. Omo de na nam catch nkofo. Teach you villages. Say
cancel.
Omo bo metwem. Nti nkofo ho be kire omo.
Yes.
Yeah. One kasa obe cancel. O cancel free SHS in a good policy.
Yes.
But maybe also money tsena ho no mututu ne yie.
Yeah.
Na tumi ko ne.
You see officially no NDC ya can assembly since before 2020 election. Ya can assembly can but I'm sure say this time around Ghana for no omuntie sa propaganda na MPP dinam no. Ya can say yeah we are not against free SHS. We even started it. But ne can say obeya ade no ho na mfaso embassy no. Na o school for the first time, you thought apo eman kwala abra textbooks kwa yentimin toy. Oh, I mean how? I want to me you thought about how? No way. Me to me obi an to bi amame. Ne ye ne say pasco ne sua.
The batien to my.
Na say government of Ghana wo na wo mark say munya enye waek na mark we no bi. Mo na mo GS na mark. Na GS na to past questions the man kwala nso mo ko sua ade. When a JDM ka say mo liki questions to the nkwala na mo se mo ntiase because wo na wo mark exams no wan kasa no who said top pass questions and apo pasco man kwala no say omunsua because upe say omun passing now you can say free SHS no abe you give the children the questions now ebe ba
so the
politics who say good nkwala ne pass ba who say eno no ne ekoso social media and who hwe nkwala no mu wie SSA who hwe ne ma omu ye wo social media otimi obisa won say we otena ase ma ye kire na ade ana. And the university lecturers complaining say nkwala they cannot write proper English. They cannot do simple things. They can't do it. Oko institutions are nyama baby obi one kita degree kita masters by Juman kitin. They can't do it. Report writing they can't. So ni nyina no feel say oh you obi and there, but you are crippling the nation. You know, near Professor Jane no there. Historically and not track records wise no. Baby obekobiano or yes or prove say yes or bad chance or betimi and I'm calling on all the female activists or baby even obema or baba who feel say ampa who invest in show banu musel dating or no or mamba. This is the time I say obwa na mame no on breaking the ceiling or can UPSC or can one say this is the time as I said then they break the ceiling I cover a mouth for long no you break here afi dachi or baby abet say I can also rise up to this particular position. Wow. Yeah.
Eti e de no meksan kwa ba ye education ankasa na ye bedi nkomo so biom. Ma me fanchi akese ma Mr. Daniel Ado. David na me de fro David Echiopa na bibia aboko de wona woda nipa hiamwa motors anase nipa hiamwa enterprise dia abeto menum na we nipa hiamwa motors bi wota kra wona we see o ma nipa hiamwa enterprise bicheche papa Dave bibia aboko de bicheche opa aye ekropon abranche ba akope me boss no itia enti de eteno no ma mentia ni okan so osu he ya ni okan wo se me kan ni okan a menka osu na me ne wa na water crowd and just tina ma sen be hia ha nti ni okan bebi a wo bia me so wutie me tia pa osu ha nti akese nkomo Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center medru so Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center so men Contractual say me pacho bebre wunya oye Medimosis garlic capsules ne bi no ma eboa improve blood circulation it say mam moja no it we die frusa ne ye pa obi o se mensane menan aye titiriti me pacho wunya bi no ma ebeboa obi o se me cholesterol level no wosoro wunya bia ebetumi ateso ama saa so na niam bia mbo ni padua na wo ni padua ma ni na obetumi ahwe na aboa ebusu immune system no kutia yare ahuru ina me kanfo Medimosis garlic capsules ediamo we ni chemo herbal pharmacy any shops ahuru eton ruina udru also pe Medimosis garlic capsules ni bi ni amete manum bi ahwe me so mpese also try bi no ma we ni baji yi pa Medimosis nwie e ka Medimosis ye nse dodo na anim se Medimosis se a science clinic enti eye prostate disorder ansana bema na oba wa embre wompem awo hia mema ne ma na aho eye mo problem no emojambro so diabetes sciatica typhoid and malaria fever ansana stroke say a mild stroke and a stroke ankasa also the nitrate mombebo STIs me can gonorrhea syphilis ne me kan ho ya be hwe to ase amom omo dental problems enum say ye wo sena wo white no wo tu wo sen wo fele pato enum bibia no wo de kwa omehwe ayamo omo dental clinic so ho we ni chemo Medimosis asoye wo a dental barrier opposite the police station AESL building inside Ghana Highways Authority yard wo Accra Ministries here sa so na Ajay Kojo opposite school for the deaf tema no so obehu omo ho kumase santaso oboase kwan so ahima kokoben no so omo ho 0244 068 447 na with the Medimosis for ND enkomo kama weekend na bay Mr. Kasimi samlim so betumi aye woni abusuanem famani enchim was Safari Valley Eco Resort ese weni ense de kachero isti me said da kofa ho ye Safari wo kwa nya say ye wo nko a woni abusuani na wona wo yere o chese wadan fofo ina wadan fofo mba kwado no mo ko mani baji ye pa ye Safari Echo Valley Resort na mekanfo edi amaw na woduru ho canal bi ho meka canal a insuo etumi fa baby a yetwa aise insuo efam ohu na wode wo canoes bi ho a wobetumi atenam na nam sansuo no so saa no mo waterfalls bi ho esewani ense de kachero me pa cho baby obeda de woni problem wo bedi ana mo benom me pa cho ade ba ko so a sronko ne se omo electric vehicle wo ho a wotenam ubehu mwa bi se zebra ubehu mara ubehu antelope ene mwa hru nyina wo Safari Echo Valley Resort wo nti baby o wo bia no kan for Safari Valley Echo Resort dia ma wo ne adofo no nko na mani beje wo ye wedding wo ko honeymoon wo ye parties ni na mbetumi akwaye wo umpe we na opede ubehu o mchira kwan wo Okre district Ofa Mountains here Ikyape Mountains wo Okre Ubi obetro ho udu anya yira kwan reservation for 0596 91 4394 0596 91 4394 no Safari Valley Echo Resort for indi enkomo Dr. Amuzu ono no da Amuzu Herbal Clinic ano o se bema de mema time mbo 6:30 o so tumi didi suru na didi form yes ha nti me pacho bebre kitu nzimo koma mfifiri mfratwa bema waye mbre wo mpema o se brobeboa enche na wojemu ego ho obeboa me pacho bebre mema wo ye bema no so te no so oba obeboa sisi yaw anase prostate disorder wo low sperm count anase waist pains gonorrhea syphilis ne yare ahuru ne hawa o ko bi ho awaton santentemu abrantie bia baby amete de bia na pamehwe na abrantie abo amiadom kire no Dr. Amuzu ho last week ya amiadom ahya ase chese otete ampowa no honam sisi no so waton santentem utime kasem mempese menum bio ina okombebo pacho stroke ne hawa me kamfo Amuzu Herbal Clinic e dia mawo okombebo ye pa nkran ho be hu omo Achimota Christian Village opposite the Puma filling station sa so na main station o Madina omo ben Madina Old Malcolm asona Shama Lebanon second step omo ho ansana kaso amanfro omo ben amanfro omo police station ansana Kumase Tafo Amuzu Junction omo ho from was 0241959326 and 0241988884 on a Dr. Amuzu ND Enkomo Power Specialist Herbal Hospital na medru so Dr. Akosia Duya besalutu any break on to say doc mafu ye pa na Dr. Wansuo bia udru ho a award winning hepatitis B herbal hospital a would ta yare no kwa metumi abo obi se o hepatitis de ni yare ani esabi adru metumi aka cho hepatitis de would ko ho a metumi abo say ABCD anayi ombebo fatty liver na ehuna ekese sa so na mepato sciatica prostate obi na nsa anane na bu ulcer yem kro compo anasa fibroid na how weni chemo Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumasi Ofeyase Lake Bosomchi Road opposite Jesbro Filling Station Accra Branch Abenya Pokwasi ACP Road Accra de Mo Anaji Estate adjacent Anaji MA Primary School or from 0244 5444 22 and 0200 383831 na woni omundin common BBA into me and conkai Mamen Sambra and Semno Swe yen share rebranding of a basic education NDC and I say sorry MPP are buying or de banana danko akufado ye be kai enche omo ye basic and I say JHS for no JHS for no and I put time no be ma yes some omo uniform this year they about primary for so they say be show omo white and blue na ye paint omo buildings so white and blue we hu hia education we di kan ho asem dada hu hia say white and blue plan is white and blue na assign painting the school down white and blue na primary for do mu susha they be o matter be nepu yentie we hu hia yeah curriculum mu dey textbook samba ya de yentie
o ma we pa de say ya yere ho answer bi o ma we efi nkrofo we nsema seriously ebedru mrebi no there will be serious cannibalism e Ghana
okay
nipa bury nipa because ni nyina ni say election time aso Into necessary. Professor Frimpong Boating is issue no. Party yeska. Share IMF winning to ya silly
party yeska. Wow.
IMF control economy say. Into baby fufa sika ndi afufa nyina major places no IMF neni wo honum. Into then and I say we have to create and loot and share. That is exactly what is happening. America power plant they call Kumasi. So sika dodo omode transfer. Just transport it from Takoradi to Kumasi. It's about $35 million or so. Nti say I don't know machine no cry free harbor. Airport Takoradi saying the adene free Takoradi Eko Kumasi na consider that quantum of money. That is to say Sesiano program bi omo be ano enye say the effectiveness of it and how popular it will be. It's about the same ombeya omusombe nya omukakra bi ashom omukotokum no munye bi so fanya campaign. That is all about because sika dia omari scanning nyina. Inti ska edibeye campaign kenede Japan so odi sika on the pool edibe mom logistic ni sika no o say the sika no me fanya nkwasi assembly because one treat me ye inti wa hold on inti ama omuwo na omunya ni obiti say kenede Japan ewo ni omo party no obebo musa inti sisa na party na ngasa omu abem so party is bankrupt. Inti no as I say ye fa places bi a ebe adanya sika. And yes, nkwala omo GSS. Pamo white and blue atadiamom. Na wasan peti. Ude mayemfa sa budget of painting of sa school buildings numbra. Now ebeye onwanwa. Inti is omo be chiche sa contract in the ama party constituency chairman because ye hu bida. COVID skakura.
Omo na ebe painting.
Yes, COVID skakura ba ya nipa ewu. We are seeing na man for sikafo kra pusika se sika nye bibia nkwa hia Ghana de yenye take advantage of it and na ye de chiche COVID skade ma party chairman ni parliamentary candidate ni party executives the same way and omubawe no this particular program omubawe painting of the buildings no any nkwa no ntade ebe pam nyina no omude be ma party people COVID time akwaye wo lottery see omo boss no your friend say
former na
David currently MPP omo onini ba me
awuku Sami
awuku ona no onu aduane no COVID time aduane a ye chiche o Greater Accra
ona Sami awuku na anu
yes I don't know or on contract so I will be, we will not be surprised and it's a fact say painting ni omo mbe pam ntade nyama nyina no mpenyifo na be sasa contract no
omo be job for the boys
create loot and share enye oman no we enye plan because as we speak now Ghana niema ehia ye no
enye
atade a nkola be share akọ school because sa atade no ye nyina ye share bi mobile mo asesa first one because mo say sika wo honti no mo say mo about different level na ne me ya ne say sa niema we nyina no ye be ya mpenyifo a omo nimde omo tete ho they won't talk under John Dramani Mahama say ye koto me kai those time talk Mr. wife talk bin sem mpenyimfo asofo no munyina yes they came out to speak against it eyem nwanwa say ende sa niema ekoso serious ones ekoso nso munyina omotete omontimi nka
serious
and na NHIS say the culture of silence no it is rare aban bi wo honma obi kasa aban so bibia obi antimi nkasa nyina ne say oka yabebo ana president besuma ma ana no nkasa kra ahemfo kra ombuom na mene so as I say me pa Ghana for echaw mpenyifo omukasa yetie president Kufuor you used to be a statesman asese an so why din umma say dia uja Ghana na nyesa na tie say Ghana say na ye Ghana tisi say ye see ye say akoso ye be allow Kufuor am akoso aye ni omoye ya ebedru time election time besun kura no oman be ye basa na omoya we nyina no omo siwa ma John Dramani Mahama no aba JM Bana say ye adwuma no so a you see them they omo finding their loud mouths again to be talking because JM aba nipa ono de no hojo aba but I want to assure them with JM and Professor Jane they shouldn't think say this ticket ticket ombenya no fo maame no ka kire omo say obi a wa wie sika bia no will come for you and JM grant na ka o osan ka kire omo say ono oni JM ne be share the glory ono na so ne be share the bitter ones therefore ono no on ka say or your mate Obeji now as a responsible vice president and then do his work as a vice president and then make sure say man you succeed and you be obe far back door wa papa ya wow ayo running mate e di waba na NPP for etiti honum na ya mo we di line no ba ba di enim na di waba na papa wa boa we na say
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yi no ama make us say cry Dr. Baumi am yi ni sesia no wasan atwe asan
am I confused na running
next week obeyi ni there but ese mo bo ni din no sesia nipa 2 oyi o mu wie we nam de be ma watwe asan we nam de be wasan atwe
me say papa yi say running mate
to information am one
no vice president position was say mate keke enso no ye one kai last year December to na kai say ba per constitution last year December na kai say oh yeah then you running mate position position be keke why is it that over 1 year ni and since December e be seen there untimi yi running mate it means that running mate no enye mate keke obi a sebi ss also fa wadwin emfa nya bibi nti no say ne papa we cancer anya man nyina ese ye hu say wa jatum say wa faili but MPP as we know say omo no edi mom say they will accept responsibility. Now every leader, if you fail to accept responsibility, you become a useless leader because pinya no matter what. Nyama be because wa e be fe. The business because wa enye. So when you take a collective responsibility, now if you watch it, but leadership of MPP they don't want to take responsibility for anything. Anything then dumso wo ho. So obi ni obeka yen timamufo yan kasa ni omo kasa ni say dumso aba. But still just for them to come out and tell us say dumso aba mu timetable ni no eyo ya.
Okay.
Energy minister beto fun a che say yen yegitum say dumso aba yen ko. And am penyimfo ahemfo nyina tete kromu a nobody is telling him there no be twin sign because Ghana for sika energy chiawka Ghana ultim no taxes
so per animator be
me bompa me pa bo an say yem fama sa papa no
me da say ma me fa na say kese ma Kasimi Isa a former youth organizer Lejo Kuku Sanso Oka communication team member NDC ho na yete ne nkano sa so na me fa na say kese emfema ma Bismarck, teacher Bismarck, wo Kwame Teria Krum, wo Western North, ye teacher papa cross our loss. Also wo hwe ye chiao David, nipa hia mo enterprise ye teacher papa. Marita's Kitchen, original Blue Gates, usuheya so nchia kese enkoma. Nana Kwame, wo aha for ghost, wo so the flash screen e si wo we ha man kofo hwe okukum kwanso. Wo baba number 1 we chiao. Also na former aha for women's organizer NDC Mama Gina waso besalutu papa ha na edi dwumadi ani na abesi na mamefa na asema my producers Mr. Kelvin Asante Omamba Percent aso na membra TV for no ho beba TV a Mr. Raf Jampo ono na o control MCR ho cameras de wo Kofi Asante wo Francis na mudino Elvis na menyanko na me ball ho Chelsea ni wudine wele omu ina abo mechi domansana wa hye sweater bi so ha wo Adidas nim so wo buy me Nico's Liverpool dia omu ina abo ye chidom na obehwe ma oba son no osa wo ni wo mu onche wo ne wo mo friend Elizabeth ono so wa hapa me sorry de na akwara ni ma ye nua ba poma omu the news amudo na emu hwam de bre wo power 97.9 FM and TVXY yeah from King Nicholas yesu amba have a wonderful weekend. I love you.
Advertisements.